If you think about investing, you invest something today, well, 50 years down the road, if there's an interest rate, you've made quite a bit of money. Similarly, from a sustainability perspective, if we've invested in terms of new livelihood practices today, even if they're just small adjustments, those small adjustments over 50 years or 100 years can be huge in terms of what their cumulative impacts are. We're talking about planning for the long-term future while meeting current needs. We all have a role to play in achieving sustainable development. The RCE is a regional centre of expertise on education for sustainable development. The UN University calls the RCEs a global learning space. It's exactly what it is. It's learning to think globally with the Sustainable Development Goals, live locally and regionally by applying those goals to what they mean here. Bringing rural-urban together, bringing Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities together, bringing together the educators within our communities, so bringing not only the schools and the universities and the polytechnics, but bringing together the media. Part of it too is a kind of what we would call a capacity assessment, seeing what's already going on in Saskatchewan. If you're working on a project, chances are we can find somebody, they might be on the other side of the world, but they might be doing something quite similar.
When we do learn things, because we're linked through the UN system, it can go into academic research papers, it goes further, it goes into books published by the UN system, and it makes its voice heard at the UN level.
One of the things we do is an annual recognition event.
That energy is really good here.
We basically move to a new community typically every year, try primarily to have them in rural communities. And those are events where we have the Lieutenant Governor, who's our patron, present awards to typically between 20 and 25 projects each year.
We're really excited to be honored by the RCE. We meet about once a month and people bring their ideas to our meetings and we act on those initiatives. We have made such a bigger impact than we ever could as individuals. And I think that locally based action is one of the easier ways to try and tackle climate change, because it's really hard for me to think about what can I do on a federal level. But here in my community, there's all kinds of ways that I can contribute and the group can contribute.
I'm the program head for the Natural Resource Technology programs at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. We educate students, our next generation of resource managers that'll be in charge of sustainability for the following generations. When we had that event of recognition, I was surprised just how many like-minded individuals that we hadn't connected with before, all connected by that theme of sustainability.
The RCE has this wealth of knowledge that we can very quickly speak into various public policy processes and mobilize the information that's needed in order to make good decisions. And it's often even not the information. We mobilize the good questions. Each of these RCEs is a learning experiment. Each is a living laboratory.
Saskatchewan is one of our great success stories, really.
When you actually finally start tackling those problems, it's just so deeply satisfying.
It's about people talking to people.
Community is at the heart of sustainability.